All right, what's up, everyone? So, we're about to do an NBA film analysis study here, and I want to show you guys some film on a recent game LeBron had. And I will tell you that even though we're only looking at one game here, I don't have the time to do this with every game. Who does, right? When it comes to breaking down the film like this. So here's the deal: not all assists are created equal. That's very important. That's something I want you guys to remember when you leave this video. Not all assists are created equal. Now, some of you are saying, of course that's the case. You know, but stats can be misleading without context, right? And with LeBron James, the narrative around LeBron when it comes to his passing, the narrative is that LeBron's assists are just this pure indication of, like in this game here, he had 17 assists, right? Well, the narrative is, well, he opened up 17 shots for his teammates. This is the way that you know, some of the national talking heads, some of his big-time fanboys and whatever, who, by the way, they're going to be so closed-minded to this because they don't do film study past a box score. But that's the narrative. So let me show you how the film doesn't back that up. And this is on a nightly basis, right? And there's some important things to remember just before we get into this film. The NBA started really relaxing when you're talking about these stat keepers. They started relaxing the way they were scoring assists in the mid-2000s. And then, it's progressively gotten worse. And I've been seeing some of these passes that they're calling assists nowadays are unbelievable. And I'm about to prove that to you. But just keep in mind, when I'm talking about context and stats, the role that someone has in an offense is imperative when it comes to putting context on those stats. You know, just to give one simple comparison, some players conform and sacrifice their statistics to an offensive system, right? There are some players, when you look at NBA history, there are guys who had the ability to put up numbers like LeBron and Russ when you're talking about the passing, because their passing ability was on the same level as these guys. But they sacrificed those numbers to conform to an offensive system. You look at guys like LeBron James, you look at guys like Russell Westbrook, these guys have had the green light throughout their career. So keep that in mind too before we go through this film study. But here we go. This is going to be some eye-opening stuff for you guys. But I mean, there's no doubt when you're talking about LeBron James, passing is the strongest element to his game, right? But this narrative, you know, around the statistics, if you're actually watching these ball games, you know, you got to be sitting there saying to yourself, really? So we're going to start out with the category that I'm going to call this is not an assist. And what I mean by that is this happens all the time with LeBron James and these other players in the NBA, where you see a pass and you say to yourself, wait, they scored that as an assist? Really? That wasn't an assist. Okay. So, again, this is LeBron's 17 assist game, right? And you're going to see LeBron James get an assist for a simple outlet pass. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps by his teammate. Now, let me slow that down. Look where LeBron gives this ball up. How many of you would expect to get credit for an assist on an outlet pass? Right? How many of you would expect that? Watch this. They gave LeBron an assist on that. Are you kidding me? That's not an assist. My gosh. He's giving up the ball barely. I mean, that's an outlet pass on a fast break. He wasn't even at three-quarters court yet, and he makes a basketball move and takes about 8 steps. But LeBron got credit for that assist. Now, some of you may be saying, all right, dude, that was one play. Okay, let's continue on. Let's continue on. That one was pretty egregious, right? Now, they're running a simple pick and pop, and you're going to see LeBron give up the ball to Kevin Love, right? Now, Kevin Love, if he would have shot it right here, I think we all agree. If LeBron shoots it right here, hey, man, really nice behind-the-back pass by LeBron, this would be an assist, right? Now, watch what happens. Now, it was an assist according to the stat keeper, But I think to the rest of us, you're going to look at this and go, wait, they gave LeBron an assist on that. A pump fake, put the ball on the ground, and that... Wow, they gave him an assist on that. Come on now. Are you serious? LeBron got an assist on that? He was already going the other way. That's not an assist. So like I said, these are the assists that I would like to call that's not an assist, okay? Which happens all the time with LeBron. Happens all the time. And I just don't have the time to, edit the footage for every game. You guys should be able to see this yourselves. You should have already noticed this yourselves. All right, so again, this is another one that I've got to say that is not an assist. That should not be an assist. They gave LeBron an assist on that play. I don't know, the game that I grew up watching and playing, this is not an assist. This is LeBron, got D'd up. Doesn't have the greatest footwork, but, he got D'd up here and had to give up the ball because he ain't Michael Jordan. And, wait. Him kicking the ball out to George Hill at the three-point line and then George Hill driving to the basket is an assist? You got to be kidding me. So once again, another assist that I would like to call that's not an assist. Which LeBron, man, he's been getting an awful lot for the past half a decade. He gets a lot of these. But nobody takes the time to notice. Because you know what, in all honesty, when you're watching the game, you can hear the PA guy say it. But what you really need to do is after the game, you go to the play-by-play log and you'll look at, okay, let me see what passes they actually gave him assists on here, right? And if you actually do this routinely, you're going to start to notice that there's a lot of assists that LeBron James gets that are pure bullshit. Fake news. Fake stats. Wow, by the way, before we get to this one, by the way, that's a far cry from the narrative that these assists represent LeBron. Did you guys see LeBron opening up shots for his teammates on those plays? Was this LeBron sucking the defense in? And no. So, see how these stats can be misleading? And we've only gone through one category. All right. This is one that I would like to term as the LeBron's teammates did the work assist. Right? And very important, at the beginning of the video, I was talking about how some players conform to an offensive system. And then you've got guys like LeBron James and Russell Westbrook who have the ball in their hands all the time. Right? All the time. And assists like this are actually really just a product of having the ball in your hands all the time. But once again, this is pretty far away from the narrative that assists are an indication of how many shots he's opening up for his teammates per game, right? So here we go. Let's check this one out, which this is actually a very, very common assist for LeBron James. Very common. Very common. But this is, if you're watching a Nick Wright or, well, I never watched that show, but we've all heard of him at this point. He would never point this out to you when he's quoting those stats. Let's go to the box score. Let's go to Basketball Reference. Forget actually putting context on these numbers. Just blindly quote a stat, and I guess that makes you an expert nowadays. Okay, here we go. Now, watch this. So LeBron gets the ball up here, right? Now, I want you to watch how this play develops. Okay, so that was a set play. Now, did LeBron open up that shot for his teammate? There were two things that happened on this play, all right? So, you see an action to the left, right? LeBron's going to get the ball. It's top of the key. Let's roll the film a little bit here from Calderon. And LeBron's going to get the ball. And the action looks like it's to the left. And you're going to see Valanciunas kind of fall asleep and Ibaka. They kind of fall asleep. And then Kevin Love makes a move. In a catch and shoot, you had a little slip screen, a little screen there, right? LeBron, I mean, come on. If you tell me, if you're watching this video and you try to tell me that you couldn't have made that pass, come on now. That's not LeBron opening up the shots for his teammates. That's just a product of having the basketball, and his teammates did the work. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. You see the action to the right? Okay. Now, this one, the teammates did the work, yes. Really, J.R. Smith's just kind of spotting up in the corner. But anyways, This one's actually, it's a little iffy. It could go either way, but the action on the top of the key, which is not much action, but there's a little action there. The defense is kind of reacting to that a little bit. And you can just see that LeBron just makes a cross-court pass, which you see a lot of players in the NBA make. I mean, hell, Nikola Jokic, there's a lot of guys who can make this pass. And Serge Ibaka, he flashes in the lane, and then this is just an easy J.R. Smith. Late contest, but J.R. Smith doing the work. That's the other thing about assists that I think some people have seemed to have forgotten. It's the teammate making the shot, not him. But anyway. All right, let's move on to another one. Okay, so you can see LeBron gets the ball at the top of the key. You got a screen and a little action on the right side. And actually, he ends up making a contested jumper. You're going to see an action on the right side of the screen. All LeBron has to do, watch the ease of which LeBron's doing no work on this play. He's literally just standing there. Or is anyone going to use this in an all-time argument as, well, that's why LeBron's better? Look at that. It's the teammate doing the work, not him. And once again, a product of having the ball in his hands all the time. It's the teammate doing the work, not him. Again, once again, that's kind of deviates from the narrative, doesn't it? This is another one. You see an action in the corner, and Kevin Love actually opened up that shot. Watch for George Hill. Watch Kevin Love. Okay. Kevin Love actually. Oh, wait. Now pay attention to LeBron. Pay attention to LeBron up there near the top of the key. Yeah, he's opening up shots for his teammates. That's what these assists mean, right? No. No, they don't. In most cases, the teammates are doing the work here. And all LeBron had to do is just a simple pass that any one of us could have made to the corner. And it's his teammate that makes the contested. But the narrative with the teammates is they're bums. Okay. Sure. So once again, that assist does not line up with the narrative when you put context on it. So here we go. Here's LeBron again. Okay. Here's LeBron again. Once again, it's the teammates doing the work. He makes a very simple pass. You've got Kevin Love that comes up the baseline, gets a little bit of a brush screen to help get his defender off of him. And LeBron makes a simple pass that any one of us could have made. If you can't make that pass, you don't belong playing high school basketball, let alone the NBA. He's not opening up these shots for his teammates. He's got his ball. He's got the ball in his hand all the time. And his teammates are doing the work on these assists. All right. So the transition assist. Once again, a product of bringing the ball up the court and having the ball in your hands all the time. Okay? And on a lot of these transition assists, these are once again not LeBron sucking in the defense. And man, he opens up so many shots for his teammates, right? Well, you're going to see on these transition assists, a lot of times the defense it's poor transition defense. Maybe the teammates hitting an off-balance three-pointer or a late contested three-pointer, whatever. Again, it's the teammate making the shot, not him. You would think he made the shot the way they talk about it, but anyway. So, yeah, there's a lot of things with these transition assists. Not a super high level of difficulty, okay? And again, this does not feed into the narrative that, well, let's take player A and compare him to LeBron, and let's just take the numbers. Okay, so more points, rebounds, assists, or maybe less points, couple more rebounds, more, those aren't comparisons, man. Put some context on the roles in the offense, and let's put some context on these numbers instead of just blindly throwing out numbers. It's getting ridiculous. All right, here we go. Transition assist. You're going to see Calderon. Okay, now first of all, Calderon was wide open. You're going to tell me that was a tough, wow, LeBron sucked in the defense type of a play? No. He just simply brings the ball up the court because he's got the ball in his hands all the time. This is a pass that any point guard in the NBA could make. you guys could do this if you can, if you can run. And LeBron just gives the ball up to a shooter. Watch Calderon pump fake, right? He did all the work. All LeBron did was give the ball up, okay? And then splash, right? So, again, another assist that doesn't lend to the narrative that LeBron's opening up all these shots for his teammates. That one right there to J.R. Smith, simple give and go. That's something, if you played basketball, even on a high school level, a give and go is something that you worked on since, I know I did, since first grade, right? So, I mean, this is just a simple give and go. J.R. Smith gives the ball up to LeBron. LeBron just gives it right back. And J.R. Smith plants, jump stop, and hits a jumper with a late contest there. No big deal. That's not LeBron opening up these shots for his teammates. Just a simple give and go. Any one of you could have done that. Okay, here comes another one. Now that one to me, probably the most impressive pass he had in transition. Because, I mean, it's an outlet pass, right? The defense is falling asleep. And as you can see by evidence here, a lot of times in transition defense, you can catch the defense jogging back and take advantage of them not having their eyes in the basketball. And that's what LeBron does here. And, he had a wide open teammate. He hits him. And he takes that's J.R. Smith, little sidestep, late contest. It was contested. And J.R. Smith hits it. I mean, it was a nice outlet pass. I'm trying to give him credit here. Not exactly the type of assist that these talking heads nationally and the fanboys are using in their all-time comparison arguments with LeBron, right? The transition assist. Okay. Now, here we go. Now, we're finally to the part of the video where we're going to look at high-value assists where LeBron is opening up shots for his teammates. There's no doubt he still does this. There's no doubt. But LeBron, really, just him having the green light, really, it's not this. The narrative that LeBron's opening up all these shots for his teammates. This is not the reason why he's putting up the assist numbers he is at this point in his career. He's putting up the assist numbers that he is at this point in the career because he's got such a green light and he's always got the basketball in his hands. That's why. But he still does this very well at his age, even with all this mileage that LeBron has in his NBA career. He still does this very well. So don't get that twisted whatsoever. And like I said, passing is the strongest element to LeBron's game. But, gosh, how many of you, you could admit it to yourself. You don't have to leave a comment or anything like that. You can admit it to yourself that when you heard LeBron had a 17-assist game, you were imagining like a Steve Nash type performance, right? Well, I hate to break it to everyone. In this 17-assist game, there were only 6 of those 17 assists that were like the quote-unquote Steve Nash. Or the LeBron, the reputation that LeBron has with his passing. Only 6 out of 17. You're about to see all 6, okay? That was nice. LeBron sucked in the defense. Kicks it out to Kevin Love. Legitimately. Now, this is the type of assist that they would lead you to believe that assist per game number is representative of when it's not. When it's not. Just when you're talking about this game alone, only 35% of his assists were of this variety. 65% of his assists in this game were not of this variety. So let's start putting some context on these. In fact, since they're relaxing the way they score assists so much, I would love to see a Basketball Reference add a statistic with context, like what we're doing in this video. I think in 2018 and going forward, we're at the point where that's possible. So once again, LeBron sucked in the defense. Now that's in transition, but still, you can see that he sucks in the defense. Look at that. He's got 3 guys there. He had no, by the way, the one thing that I do want to point out with this, LeBron had no intention of scoring. I'll never understand why, when you see LeBron get to that point, why these guys don't just, get back out to the spot-up shooters. Because there are drives to the basket, like there, where LeBron is solely just pulling the defense in. He has no intention of scoring. But it was a nice setup. Very good. Very good. Best part of his game. Okay. Wait till we get to the NBA stat keepers part. But look at this. Now that was nice. So, you got to give Ibaka some credit here. Because this one, I do think LeBron was looking to score. But Ibaka was right there riding him on the hip. And, LeBron kind of gave that up by necessity. But it was a good, some good defense on that play, which is rare in today's NBA. And you can see Kevin Love was wide open in the corner. So that's a really nice assist. He legit opened up a shot for his teammate on that one. Very, very good. Okay, so here we go again. You could almost say he traveled on that, but, this was a no turnover game. There were a couple travels you could have called, which would have been turnovers, and there was a double dribble too in the game. But anyways, who's keeping track of all that? So yeah, so LeBron pulls Calderon's defender off of him and gives up the basketball to Calderon. Very nice, opening up a shot for his teammate there, which he did with 6 out of 17 assists in this game. Okay, here he goes again. LeBron drawing in the defense, and boom. Now, Kyle Lowry fell asleep on that play. It's also some bad defense, all right, and a terrible closeout. But still, we'll throw this one in here, even though I would like to chalk this one up to the bad defense assist. But anyway, he did pull in the defense. You can see Kyle Lowry's looking at LeBron, and he leaves Green wide open. Some poor spacing, by the way, by Hill and Green. Now you can see Hill moves away a little bit. But yeah, that's bad defense. But anyway, it still counts. That's the type of assist that his fanboys are describing. Well, he opens up so many shots for his teammates, Now this one's really nice. Now we're in crunch time, and you would think by now teams would know LeBron's looking to give up the ball to a teammate because it's crunch time. But this was an incredible pass, man, to Kevin Love. And this was an absolute dagger by Kevin Love. That was nice. Yeah, that was a great pass. His best one in the game, by the way. Fantastic pass. Now, there's another conversation we could get into. I'm not going to do it in this video, but where you got to ask yourself, when you're talking about premier players of all time, would you rather have a guy who is going to consistently hit a shot, or would you rather have a guy who's going to give up the ball to his teammates, and you've got the variable of the teammates hitting the shot rather than your best player on the team, right? I think that this formula around LeBron has proven to be less successful than some others, like let's say a Michael Jordan, because just hasn't had the success that Mike did. All right, here we go. But he relies on his teammates more than Mike did. So there you go. Yeah, wide open. I mean, that's the type of assist that a lot of these folks envision when they look at that LeBron James box score. They damn sure are not envisioning the stuff that I showed you earlier in the video, right? So this is what I'm talking about. You got to put context on these statistics, okay? You got to actually combine the stats with watching some film. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but what the stats don't say is LeBron James has the green light, and as you guys saw, a lot of these assists, his teammates are doing the work, and it's just a product of him dominating the ball and always having the ball in his hands. Now, there's another thing I want to get into. I'm not going to get into this too much, but fake stats. You guys saw at the beginning of the video the assists that are not assists, right? That's not an assist, okay? Now I'm going to show you guys something that you guys can do your own research on and whatnot. But a lot of people have no idea that these NBA scorekeepers, especially when you're in your home arena, but with LeBron James, I mean, you never know. You guys can look up articles on this where these scorekeepers have, some of them have it admitted. Like, you see this right here. Not long ago, we brought you the story of a stat-padding NBA scorekeeper who one day in 97 awarded 23 assists to Lakers guard Nick Van Exel, mostly for the hell of it, right? You also have the fallibility of these NBA scorekeepers, okay? And when you see that first category in this video, that's not assist, that falls directly on the scorekeeper. I mean, LeBron probably should have only had 13 assists in this game, somewhere around there. But, like I said, they relaxed the way they scored assists. You started to really notice that in the mid-2000s, like 2005, 2006. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And it's sad because the sanctity of the statistics, when, younger kids go back and compare the numbers, they don't have this type of context on it because they haven't seen the difference. And Magic Johnson assist was an assist. It was a pass that directly led to a shot. Not some of the crap that you saw in this video or that you see on a nightly basis with LeBron, Russell Westbrook, etc. Why do you think LeBron's numbers have gotten higher? In the video after the NBA Finals, I showed you guys how he's sagging off on defense and cherry-picking rebounds to inflate the rebound statistic. And this is why when you look at his numbers at this stage of his career and you see people saying he's playing the best basketball of his career, which he claims, by the way, which is bullshit, the 2010 version of LeBron shuts down the 2018 version of LeBron and scores 45 points on him. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay? But yeah, what the stats also don't say is, where's the credit for the teammates? How about all of those assists that are LeBron's teammates doing the work? That, by the way, they get no credit for anything. The only time LeBron's teammates come up is when, his fans want to pass blame. So, some food for thought. Some things that I wanted to point out on film that's been driving me nuts. Guys, you have to put context on statistics. These fanboys that are running around just quoting the stats without looking at these assists that shouldn't be counted as assists. The assists where his teammates did the work. The assists in transition, not as egregious. But when it comes to backing up their narrative that LeBron's assists are an indication of how many shots he's opening up to teammates, each game, on an average night, only about 1/3 of those assists are the type of assists they're describing. So keep that in mind next time you see a dope like Nick Wright out there just quoting stats with no context. That guy's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about basketball. Basketball games are not won and lost inside a calculator. So, all right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Put context on those stats, man. Fucking joke. You're talking about a Bears team that won 9 NFL championships. And then, of course, Kareem at 2 and Jordan at 1. If you added in college and high school, Kareem would be number 1. But
Yes.
but just NBA, it's MJ. I mean, that's not a question. 10 scoring titles, 6 finals MVPs, 5 league MVPs, defensive player of the year. What does LeBron have that can fuck with that? There's nothing. There's fucking nothing. I'm sorry. And he basically did all of that in 11 full Bulls seasons, if you're talking about the full seasons. No. Damn it. It's the ignorant McCaskey family. She put another one of her sons in charge. It's a fucking tragedy what's happened to George Halas's football team. All because of his dumb fucking daughter. Drowned?
Yes,
Yeah,
because
it starts with Robbie spitting blood out like a bull spits, in the cartoons, like a bull spits smoke out of their nose. Robbie spits blood out of his mouth, and then they just stare at each other like, I'm gonna win this fight. No, motherfucker, I'm gonna win this fight. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Unfucking believable. This was some caveman shit. MG.
Easily fight of the year. Like I said, best fight since Gil and Diego, man.
Cubs are the 2016 World Series champions. It's been an emotional roller coaster of a night, but all I gotta say is Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. Muhammad Ali is the greatest. But to me, Muhammad Ali was a true hero to me.